Hello there, Razzle48 here, bringing you my newest Blazblue cross tag battle video. There is one more in addition to this that I hope to get out before character introduction trailer number 8. But for now, I wanted to bring this all to you. This is an image that was completed a week or two ago, actually, and I didn't review it because I wanted to wait until it was complete in order to make a video on it, and then once it was completed, I wanted to wait a little more time, give it about another week after that, to make sure that nobody found anyone else that fit better in this picture than who was already found. But it looks as though these silhouettes have been completed. Coefficient made a video about this a couple weeks back when about half of them were done. And now that all of them are done, and I've given it a sufficient amount of time before making the video to make sure that no one else fit anyone in better than these, I figured that it was time to take a look at it and dive into what it looks like the remaining characters are going to be. And also in this video, I will talk about the validity of these silhouette fill-ins, because I am definitely convinced that this is who we're going to be getting. And I'll talk about that more towards the end of the video. But for now, let's examine who we got going on here. So, on the left side, over here at the top left, we got Platinum. Platinum is already revealed. We all thought that this was going to be Teddy with this spherical shape, but no, it's Platinum. I would never have thought that sprites would be what was filling this in. I thought that it was going to be the character portraits, but honestly, as soon as the Platinum trailer dropped and we saw that neither Platinum nor Orie nor Kanji fit anywhere into the silhouettes, then I was pretty darn convinced that it wasn't the picture frames. Although even then, I did not think that it would have been sprites. So, I think this is very interesting. This one in the top left is Platinum. I thought it was Teddy. Teddy is not here, but we'll talk about more about the overall end results at the end as well. So next we got Labris. I thought that this was Yang at first, because of her leg here. This looks like how Yang's leg is positioned in her BB tag character portrait, but no, it's Labris. Labris is fine. You have this little shadow here, like, fits her hair perfectly. Labris is a very interesting choice. I always thought that this character was going to be in. This character is like the center of Persona 4 Arena. The Persona 4 Arena story, I always thought Labris was going to be in. I rated her as a 3 for preference in my character prediction video, but I don't really like Labris. We got a Mitsuru coming in. That's the only character I really wanted for Persona, but I wish that Labris could have been like Minazuki if they wanted to choose a Persona 4, a character exclusive to the Persona 4 Arena series. I wish it had been Sho instead of Labris, but I do understand why they chose Labris. Labris was like the center of the first game, Minazuki was the center of the second game, and it does make sense that they'd focus more on the roster that has been there since the beginning, since the first game, rather than characters that are exclusive to the second game. So, Labris, it makes sense. I'm not all that happy about it, but even though she's my arch nemesis, I'm not too upset about it either. Labris is, as much as I hate her, she's a unique character. Mitsuru, I knew for sure Mitsuru was going to go. I thought that Mitsuru, if any Persona 3 character would make it in, Mitsuru made it in. I didn't think this would be her silhouette, though. I thought this looked kind of like Celica. But as soon as, I saw Aigis make it in, I'm like, okay, Mitsuru's coming for, absolute certain. So, we got Mitsuru. I love Mitsuru. That's an amazing pick. We got Kanji here. Kanji is the only sprite in this whole picture whose sprite has been altered to fit in his silhouette. His chair has been edited out of his hand, but I think that it's fairly convincing because he was the only one that they had trouble fitting into a silhouette, and thankfully it was one of the few characters that has already been revealed. So, we're pretty sure that this one is Kanji. Yeah, Kanji, great character, not much to say about there. Then we got Yuzuriha. I love Yuzuriha so much. A lot of people like Yuzuriha a lot. I'm a little afraid of how her teleports are going to work in BB Tag. I'm afraid they may be a bit too good. But then again, she may not even have them. Like, characters have had moves removed from their movesets in this game. of the cast that we know exists already, of the initial 20. So maybe we'll have to see on that, but regardless of any of that, I love Yuzuriha, and I'm super glad to know that she's going to be coming in. That's effing great. I love Yuzu. 10 out of 10 on that one. Then we have 9, the Phantom. This is an outright nightmare. I don't know who on the development team thought this was a good idea, but they need to be fired immediately. Like, they clearly were seduced by tits. This is not a character that belongs in this cast. Like, this character's terrifying. This character's range, speed. Maybe they thought it was okay because of all these Undernight characters, but this is not okay. I guess it could be worse. Like, there are Blazblue characters that are worse than 9. There are Blazblue characters that I would, that I wish were in instead of 9. But there are also characters that, like, that I'd rather have 9 than. So this feels sour to me, but honestly, considering that Izuyoi and Hakumen are here as well, I'll let this one slide. So 9, fine. Considering we have Jubei, it makes a lot more sense because they're husband and wife, kind of. And we do kind of have a 6 heroes thing going on. Both of the DLC Blazblue characters for the game are 6 heroes. So it doesn't surprise me all that much that they'd continue the trends given who the first 2 Blazblue DLC characters were. There is no Valkenhayn here, so which obviously makes sense because they have to make room for Izuyoi, and also there's no Terumi, obviously, because Ozama's already in the game. So 9, interesting that they choose another 6 hero. I wonder if like it's gonna be like resurrected Central Fiction 9 with like the black and yellow eyes. Maybe they'll adjust that. I don't know. We'll have to see. But this terrifies me. Like 9 and BB Tag is a horrifying prospect. Hopefully they tone down this character for the game. And we have Myka. This is another outright stupid choice in my opinion. I think that, well, I'd rather have Myka than Phonon, because Phonon's speed and hitboxes should never go together. Yeah, I've been playing latest, and I haven't made a video about Blazblue Cross Tag Battle, a discussion video rather, ever since I started playing latest. And because of this, now I have a lot of experience with matchups and with the game. So I'm able to judge the 4 latest characters. I can judge them because I've actually played against them now. Myka is a pain in the anus. It sucks. I don't want to see this character in the game. This character also has no plot relevance at all. She is the only filler character in Undernight. It sucks because, like, of all the characters of latest they could have chosen, they could have chosen like Wagner, and it would have been great. Like, Wagner has a lot more story relevance than I thought she did. But Myka is a really whack choice. Like, I understand if they're trying to fit in another character from Orage Lich Chris group, or Lich Kreis group, whatever. I would have thought it would have been Wagner. Like, any role that Myka could fill in this game, Wagner could fill as well, and better and healthier. And I wish that they would have chosen Wagner. I don't know why they chose Myka. That's another thing that sucks, especially considering that the Undernight side really looks like it got shafted in terms of the remaining characters, but we'll talk about that in a bit. So, Myka, F that. Next we have Merkava. This is my biggest problem. This is the problem, because I originally thought that this one was Hilda in Shadow Chair. I've also thought that this was Arachne before I realized that they were sprites, but this was one of the last silhouettes to have a sprite fillet, and I was like thoroughly convinced that it was Hilda until someone fit Merkava in, and it sucks because, like, I hate Merkava. Like, I hate Merkava a lot. This man reaches 100% across the screen to hit you. This character's so stupid, you know? Like, and Hilda's absence is a really, really big problem. But we'll talk about that more in a bit. Merkava, this also sucks. Like, oh my god, this is terrible. Next, we got Naoto Shirogane. My iTunes is lagging. That's why the music stopped, if you were wondering. Anyway, we got Naoto Shirogane. This is a standard choice. I always thought that this was going to happen. It's very interesting. Well, not really. It's not all that interesting. This is a character that we all guessed this character was going to be there. I don't feel too strongly about her one way or another. Naoto, yeah, cool, whatever. So yeah, let's go over to this side. Hakumen, this is good. Like, thank God. Like, I was scared. Well, like, once Jubei got into the game before Hakumen, I was getting a bit worried. But Hakumen does look like he's on the way. That's effing great. We got Batista, and this is where I was like, what? Because why the heck is Batista in this game instead of Hilda? Like, they're both zoners, but Hilda is so important to Under Night. Like, she is more of a main character to the Under Night story than Hyde is himself. The entire Under Night story revolves around Hilda. To have her absent, I feel to have Hilda absent is a crime, which is like one of the main reasons I'm so upset about Merkava getting in over her. But Batista makes a lot more sense to me, but I know people do not like Batista. I personally don't mind her, but I know people are upset about this character and call her toxic. I wouldn't go that far. I'd sooner call Merkava toxic than Batista. But I do think that this should not have been the zoner chosen for Under Night. Not over Hilda, not any day of the week. Not from a story perspective, not from a gameplay perspective, not from a fan base perspective, not from an OST perspective, from no perspective should Batista have made it into this game over Hilda. So I'm still gonna blame it on Merkava. But Batista's also a pretty weird choice. And then up here in the top right, we have the other characters from the second character pack. We got Carmen, we got Aegis. These characters are already revealed, already talked about them. We got Jubei here too. We got Orie, already talked about Orie. I love Orie. And then we have Akihiko, and I'm like, whatever. Characters, I don't hate him, but I don't care. I'd rather this have been Adachi. Like, I'd rather this have been Minazaki. I just want, like, I know they aren't villains because of lore and because of how the story ended up developing in Ultimax, but they're still such cool characters. I wish at least one of them could have gotten in because Akihiko's pretty darn bland, and Labris is... there's some things about Labras's gameplay that, I could voice complaints about, but Akihiko's not a bad choice. I mean, they could have chosen someone like Margaret, who everyone would have hated with her cross-up overheads. Akihiko, yeah, whatever. I'll just cope, whatever. We got Mai. Mai's a cool character. I thought that this character's chances of making it in shot up drastically when I saw Jubei get confirmed. Man, Jubei getting confirmed did a lot for potential character possibilities. I like Mai. I think Mai has an interesting play style. Interesting though that like Mai made it in over Celica. That's like my main thing. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd rather 9 get replaced than Mai. But the lack of Celica is very interesting. Celica would be very easy to adapt into this game. Sorry. But, and I know Mai would too, which is why I thought that, it would be Mai and Celica, not Mai and 9. But it's apparently Mai and 9. So, that's interesting. I like Mai. I don't know. Like, Mai's pretty cool, I guess. Like, I honestly, I don't have much to complain about Mai. I think that's cool. Yeah, Mai. And we got Izuyoi. I would rather have had Tsubaki, but honestly, as long as she made it in one way or another, I am content. It is a variant of Tsubaki. It's in this game. So, we're chilling. And I guess I kind of get it. Because once Tsubaki awakened to the power of the Izuyoi in Blazblue's story, she, like, didn't fight as Tsubaki from then on in the story. She fought as Izuyoi. And this looks like it takes place during Chrono Phantasma, or after it, because, like, Azrael is in the cast, obviously. And Noelle is in her Chrono Phantasma outfit. So, it makes sense that, it's about that point in the story that it takes place. So Yuzuriha over Tsubaki is understandable from a story point of view. From a gameplay point of view, it's very interesting because Tsubaki with teleports, I don't think that she's gonna have her stock system. Honestly, I think that like her EX teleport may just be special, an EX special. So to see her like teleporting all over the place is gonna be very interesting in a game with assists. Like her cross-ups are gonna be a lot more real, like in this game. So those are the silhouettes. My main thoughts just looking at it, the lack of Celica really shocks me. So Yuzuriha Tsubaki, but it's okay. I'm really glad to see a version of Tsubaki, and I'm really glad to see Hakumen here as well. For the Persona side, the only Persona character I really wanted was Mitsuru, although I did really want either Minazuki or Adachi to make it in. But I am glad that we got Mitsuru. The rest of the Persona characters are kind of just whatever to me. But Under Night is like the really problematic thing here because, like I mentioned, we don't have Hilda. And that's like the main character of Under Night. That's like Ragna Hazama levels of main characters. Like, Hyde and Hilda are big. To have Hilda missing is an issue. It's an issue. That's my big problem with it. Like I said, if I would have chosen a latest character, I definitely would have picked Wagner over Myka. And I do know that a lot of people really want Seth. Seth's absence is something I can kind of understand, because there are a lot of rushdown characters in the game already. But I do think they would have chosen Seth over either of these two. Heck, either of these three. Like, and even Yuzuriha isn't as important to the story as much as I like her as Seth or Hilda. So, I don't know what happens with the Undernet. Like, Seth fans are going to be upset. I personally don't care, but I'm upset at the lack of Hilda. Like, that's my main problem with the whole thing. We get this as his owner instead, and we get these two characters in general, and I just feel that that's an outright mistake. Like, there's no other way for me to put it. Another character that's of note that is absent is Teddy. Teddy, thinking about it though, it makes sense. He's an item character, and he was fundamentally very good in Persona, so it makes sense that they leave him out. He's kind of a whack character for adaptation into the game. His DP is weird, his hitbox is weird, or his hurtbox rather, his hitboxes are weird, but I would have definitely thought for sure that Teddy would be in the game. So Teddy and his absence are pretty noticeable. I personally don't care. I don't care about Teddy that much. Like I said, seeing Seth would have been cool, and seeing Celica would have made me very happy, and seeing Showa Adachi would have been really nice to see as well. But honestly, all of that is okay to be absent, because we have everything we need right here. We got Yuzuriha, we got Mitsuru, we got Hakumen, we got a Tsubaki variant. My only major problem is the lack of Hilda. So if Hilda can somehow make it in, then I'll be 100% happy, and I will make peace with all of the things that happened that I would have preferred not to happen, or that I would have preferred something else to happen. As long as Hilda makes it in. That is my one condition. But now I want to talk about why I think that this list is valid and why this list is true. Because obviously it's just silhouettes. None of this is confirmed. This is just the fans finding sprites and fitting them into the silhouettes. But that is exactly the point. That is exactly why I feel that this is valid. Is because these silhouettes, they're all filled in so perfectly. Like, look at the detail here. Look at like Batista's. Look at Hakumen's. Look at like Yuzuriha. Look at this platinum one. Like the very minor things just all fit in together with like all of these. Like this Merkava one too. This Merkava one's crazy, and he fits in it perfectly. Like, I think that is like they fit in here so naturally, and I think that that's like a big reason as to why this is real. I do think that it's real. They all fit in it so well. Another reason is that all 6 currently revealed DLC characters fit into this as well. We got Jubei, we got Aegis, we got Carmen, we got Platinum, we got Kanji, we got who is the last one? I don't remember. Oh yeah, we got my favorite one. Of course, I forget my favorite one. But yep, they all fit in perfectly. So in addition to all of these sprites fitting in, like I said, perfectly, we got all of the currently revealed characters among them. So it looks like it's following suit very, very well. And that leads me to my third and final reason, and that's that all of the character ratios are correct. We have the same number of Blazblue, the same number of Undernight, and the same number of Persona characters among these silhouettes. So the numbers are correct for the DLC packs. They all fit in very well. All the currently revealed characters are there, and the numbers all add up. So I am thoroughly convinced that this is the remaining remaining characters. I'm still hoping it's not though, like because 9, because Myka, because Merkava, because no Hilda. But to tell myself that it's not true, I believe, would just be, like, lying to myself at this point, just because I really, really want Hilda. But honestly, just having... I was gonna say just having one character that you really like absent isn't really a big deal, but Hilda's a pretty darn big deal. So, I'm salty. I'm gonna have to hold that, and I will hold that. I'm gonna have to, like, go on a journey to cope with my emotions or something. Oof. But tell me in the comments what you think of this. We have our next character reveal in 2 weeks from tomorrow, so we will see if this continues to follow suit. I definitely think that that it will. Yeah. So for now, this is Razzle48 saying goodbye, and I'll see you next time.